Jyotisha Shastra, or the study of celestial lights or Jyotihi, is a vast and complex field of study which is an integral part of studying the Vedas. Today, astrological predictions, which is just one of the many sections of Jyotisha Shastra, has become so massively popular that the term Jyotisham itself is used to refer to predictions alone. This is very similar to how Yoga Shastra has been appropriated to mere postures or asanas, and how Kama Shastra has been appropriated to various ways of intercourse. While we enjoy the benefits of such popular segments of these Shastras, it is very important to remember that these fields of knowledge are far wider and deeper than just their market-friendly topics. In this video, let us start with our exploration of the basics of Jyotisha Shastra by understanding the concept of time and various units of time measurement in Sanskrit. It is easy to understand how repetitions and oscillations are important in measuring time intervals. But at a more basic level, time in itself is seen as a consequence of the cyclical nature of existence. It is only because of the cycles in nature that time is both felt and measured. No wonder the movement of time is known by the words Samaya Chakra and Kala Chakra, denoting a cyclical movement in Sanskrit. At a cosmic scale, the three most important such cyclical events that have the maximum impact on our day-to-day lives are Earth's rotation, where it cycles around itself, causing repeated days and nights; Moon's revolution, where it cycles around the Earth, causing repeated waxing and waning phases; and Earth's revolution, where it cycles around the Sun, causing repeated occurrences of various seasons. These three put together give rise to the notions of a day or Vasaraha, a month or Masaha, and a year or Varshaha. These cycles are not just out there occurring at a cosmic scale. They are deeply ingrained into how the human body functions and can actually be felt at an experiential level within. The cycles of days and nights are of course the most evident and are unmissable to even somebody living blatantly, but by sharpening one's perception, various other cycles the human body is in constant rhythm with can also be felt. How sensitive one's perception is decides how keenly one can observe both the minutest and the largest cycles of existence. This naturally also decides the kind of vocabulary in a language used by the people who were aware of such intervals of time. Cutting down into shorter and shorter cycles, one complete cycle of day and night is called as Ahoratram, where the word Ahaha means a day and Ratram means a night. One Ahoratra is split into Ashta or 8 Praharaha, which are 3 hour durations. The ambience and mood of the day is said to repeat itself in a cyclical pattern between these 8 prahars. This plays an important role, especially in Hindustani classical music, where the musicians and listeners who are sensitive to this can feel this experientially in the performance of certain ragas. Based again on the quality of the time period, each Ahoratram is divided into 30 muhurtas, each of which has a specific name and is said to be conducive for specific kinds of activities. The famous Brahma Muhurtam is one of such 30 intervals. Each Muhurtam is divided into 2 ghatis, each ghati into 30 kalas, each kala into 30 kashthas, and so on, until the smallest unit of time commonly used in Sanskrit, which is Truti, which is 1 by this fraction of a day. This is calculated as 29.6 microseconds. Counting upwards towards larger and larger cycles of time, one complete revolution of the earth, which is a year or Varshaha, is said to be an Ahoratram for the Devas or the celestial beings. 360 such Ahoratras form a year for the Devas, known as Deva Varshaha or Deva Vatsaraha. 12,000 of such Deva Varshas form a cycle of 4 yugas, 71 such yugas form a Manvantara, and so on, until a Brahma Varshaha, which is one complete year for the Creator, which is these many number of years on earth. There are also other units of time, both on the smaller and the larger sides, depending on the type of activity the calculation is made for. The Sanskrit words used to denote each of them encapsulate their meaning and significance. Now, this is not just to flaunt the counting capabilities of our ancestors, who are largely credited only for the concept of zero, which is a marvel in itself, but just imagine if a civilization explored the measurement of time in such microscopic and macroscopic detail. Imagine the profoundness of perception that led them to do this. The basis for all these units of time is again the cyclical nature of everything in physical creation, from the atomic to the cosmic. All the rituals are conducted with this understanding in mind, and the festivals timed based on these 3 major cyclical events that have the most prominent impact on our day-to-day lives. The names of each of these tithis, masas, varshas, yugas, manvantaras and kalpas, and the stories associated with them depict a deep understanding of the movements in the celestial sphere and how they affect life on earth. To add to this lore are the stories of the celestial objects themselves, like various grahas, nakshatras and rashis, the relationships between them and so on. It is important to understand all these stories and the insights that they convey in the right context. I hope that you enjoyed watching this video and have a clear understanding of the concept of time in Jyotisha Shastra. Share this video across with those whom you think might benefit from this. If you wish to support the production of more videos like these, consider becoming a sponsor on Patreon or make a one-time contribution, all through the links in the description below. Also, consider clicking on the subscribe button and the bell icon beside it so that you are immediately notified of our latest updates. See you in the next video. Namaskaram.